Welcome to Yoga Instructor course of Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhana Samstha, organized and conducted by Swami Vivekananda Yoga Trust, Manchiryala. So today's our topic is Ashtanga Yoga. In these days, when we say Ashtanga Yoga, in our mind, something else is coming because of the popularity of the word by a particular organization, which they gave this name to their yoga center, their yoga studio, or their way of teaching the asanas. So people call Ashtanga, Vinyasa, Kriya Yoga. These are the terms are become very popular these days. But if you look at the origin of these words like Ashtanga Yoga or Kriya Yoga is coming from Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So Ashtanga Yoga means, according to Patanjali Maharshi, 8 limbs yoga. That means yoga with 8 limbs. It is a yoga which is having the 8 limbs. Hence, it is called Ashtanga Yoga. Yama Niyama Asana Pranayama Pratyahara Dharana Dhyana Samadhayo Ashtau Angani Iti Patanjali Sutra, given by the Patanjali Maharshi in the 2nd chapter, which is called Sadhana Padam. What are these 8 limbs? One by one, let us analyze, let us discuss. The first one, Yama. Second one, Niyama. Third one, Asana. Fourth one, Pranayama. Fifth one, Pratyahara. Sixth one, Dharana. Seventh one, Dhyana. Eighth one, Samadhi. So these are the 8 limbs. Let us discuss one by one briefly. Yama. Yama means immediately in our mind, Lord Yama comes. Of course, if you don't follow this Yama, that Yama comes in our life. So we need to follow this Yama. What is this Yama? This Yama means universal commandments. How a person should live in the society. How a person should lead a life when you are interacting with the different people or different beings. That is discussed under Yama. Again, under the Yama, Patanjali Maharshi is given the 5 the most important values. So these Yamas together we can take universal commandments, irrespective of the place and time and country, man, a woman, child or elder, everyone has to follow these commandments. What are those? Number 1, Ahimsa. Ahimsa means non-violence. One should not hurt others through the actions, through the speech, through the thoughts. So we should restrain hurting others. We should restrain from hurting others. We should not hurt others. Hurting others, whether it may be by actions, by speech, by thought, which is prohibited, which is not good if you want to progress in the yoga way of life. And Gautama Buddha popularized this a lot. Ahimso paramo dharmaha. That is our Indian culture. Sanatana Dharma says, Ahimso paramo dharmaha. So we should understand what is this ahimsa. Yes, I should not hurt others. That is a rule. But at the same time, If someone is coming and trying to hurt us, can I allow that person to hurt me? If someone comes and hits on one cheek, can I show them my other cheek also? Can we do like that? We should not do that also. Neither you should hurt others. If someone trying to hurt you, you should not allow the other person to hurt you. You should able to play the role of the defense in the beginning. If required, you can take the role of the offense also. By ourselves, we should not hurt anyone. If someone is trying to hurt us, we have to put the check to that person. Still, if that person is trying to hurt us, we should give the answer. That's what Bhagavan Sri Krishna taught us in Bhagavad Gita, where Kauravas are interested to destroy the Pandavas. Pandavas never ever showed the destruction of any person. Pandavas, they were not created the war. It is the Kauravas who created the war. Where Arjuna says about the ahimsa, in fact, we should give the Nobel Prize to the Arjuna for talking about the ahimsa. Very good values, but not the right time. Ahimsa is a very good value which Arjuna is telling in the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, but not the right time. When enemies are coming and trying to attack us, you should put the check to them. Otherwise, you are encouraging the enemies to follow the ahimsa. Otherwise, if you don't put the check to the destructors, you will be encouraging them to do the ahimsa. So hence, we should know what is ahimsa properly. Again, I am repeating, we should not hurt any person by ourselves. If someone is trying to hurt us, we need to put the check to that person. It is a very, very important. So in crux, what is ahimsa? You don't hurt others. At the same time, don't allow others also hurt you. That is called ahimsa. Ahimsa should not be one way. It should be two way. You don't hurt. Don't allow others also to hurt you. Otherwise, what happens? In the name of ahimsa, we allow the people to hurt us. We say, this is my karma, what to do? I have to follow the ahimsa, let them hurt me. No, that is not allowed. That is not called ahimsa. You are encouraging the ahimsa. Hence, my dear friends, please understand this ahimsa in the light of Bhagavad Gita. Then next comes Satya. We are discussing under the Yama only. The next topic is Satya. Satya means truthfulness. If someone comes and asks you anything, what we have to speak? We should think, if I ask someone else what I am expecting. When I am asking someone what I am expecting the truth or a lie? Of course, I am expecting the truth. Hence, it will become our dharma to speak the truth. At the same time, don't take it for granted. Speaking the truth means saying everything, whatever you want in the name of truth. Example, if someone is not able to see, Divyanga, like a blind person, we cannot say, hey, blind person, come here. That is not accepted. You may argue with me. Oh, why? I am speaking the truth. You may be speaking the truth, but that truth is hurting the other person. Hence, it is not accepted, because in the name of truth, you are doing the himsa. So hence, first value is ahimsa. So if your truth is causing someone to get hurt, you should know how to communicate. So our scriptures tells to us, Satyam bruyat, Priyam bruyat, Satyam api, Apriyam na bruyat. Even though if you speak the truth, that truth should be in a pleasing manner. We should know art of speaking. How to speak the truth, how to convey the truth, it is an art. Without hurting the other people, we should able to communicate the truth. If it is going to hurt others, better not to speak the truth. So hence satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat. Satyam api, apriyam na bruyat. Even though it is a truth, if it is hurting others, example, calling someone a blind man, come here, it is not accepted. We don't encourage. So we should know when to speak the truth, how to speak the truth. And more than the truth, dharma is important. Following the dharma. If you look at the Mahabharata, let us take the example of the Mahabharata, where Yudhishthira says, Ashwattama ataha. Then he says very softly, Kunjaraha. Is it the lie or not? It is a lie. His intention is Dronacharya should think that Dronacharya's son Ashwattama is died. But Ashwattama is not died. He was there. So because Yudhishthira don't want to speak the truth, there they have taken one elephant, they are given the name called Ashwattama to that particular Jiva, then they killed that Jiva, then they said Ashwattama ataha. Then softly where he says Kunjaraha, it is an elephant. The moment when Ashwattama said Ashwattama ataha, all the people started beating the drums. So Dronacharya could not able to hear Kunjaraha. But at the same time, my dear friends, we should know when to speak the truth, when not to speak the truth. Just because I am speaking the truth, it should not be just like that, open secret. We should know, we have to use the viveka, is a very, very important. If any truth which is going to disturb our dharma, better not to speak the truth. If it is going to disturb our dharma, if it is going to disturb our culture, better not to speak the truth. Then next comes asteya. Asteya means non-stealing. Non-stealing means we should not steal the belongings of others. Why? If someone steals my belongings, will I appreciate? Will I encourage that person? No. Hence, I should not steal belongings of the others people. Asteya. Very, very important value. There is one statement again from the Mahabharata. Yata ann tata man. What kind of food we eat, that kind of thoughts will come in our mind. So there was a story. There is one person, while cooking the food, thinking about the stealing of one instrument in their house. Like one servant came, the servant started cooking the food. While cooking the food, looked at a nice glass which is made with the silver glass. So this person started thinking, I should have this silver glass in my home. I should have this silver glass in my home while cooking the food. So our eyes are on the silver glass. How can I get this silver glass? But what she is doing, she or he, what that person is doing? Cooking the food. The person who ate that food, after eating the food, that person stole in the silver glass and went away. Then after realized that what kind of deed I have done, something went wrong. Then they inquired. Then they asked the person who cooked the food, hey person, while cooking the food, what were your thoughts? That person said, while cooking the food, I was thinking about the silver glass in your home. So hence, one who ate the food got that one. Hence, yata ann tata man. While eating the food, we should entertain the good thoughts. While cooking the food, also we should entertain the good thoughts. So Swami Shivananda of the Himalayas, Rishikesh, Divine Life Society, Swamiji used to say, while cooking the food, one need to chant the Nama of the Bhagavan. You chant any Nama, do the Kirtans, do the songs. If not, at least in the modern time, place a instrument in your home which is continuously producing the nice mantras like Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya. A very, very important thing, my dear friends. Otherwise, the looting is taking place, the stealing is taking place, even our Sanatana Dharma is also taken away. Looting is taken place. People are stealing our Dharma, our culture, destroying. So hence, we should be very careful. We should not steal others. At the same time, we should not allow others also to steal our belongings. Not only the objects, including our culture. Anyone is trying to destroy our culture, it is nothing but the stealing our culture only. So hence, we should be very careful in asteya also. Then next comes aparigraha. Aparigraha means not to be greedy. Not to be greedy. That means you should have your comforts in your life. Yes, everyone should have comfort zone in the life. You should have the basic things, minimum things is compulsory to have. But at the same time, we should not develop the greediness. This greediness is causing the destruction of the nature. This greediness is causing the damage of the society. The greediness is causing the destruction in the prakriti, in the nature. So hence, we should not encourage the aparigraha. We should not be greedy. Greediness does not mean you should not have the basic comforts. You need to have your basic comforts. You need to have the basic things. Comfort is different, greedy is different. Even Patanjali Maharshi, while explaining about the asana, in the sutras, he says, Sthira Sukham Asanam, firm and comfort. Patanjali Maharshi highlights the firm and comfort while explaining the asana. We need to have the comforts, nothing wrong. But that in the name of comforts, we should not be greedy. What happens when you develop the greediness? Your mind cannot satisfied ever. It is like pouring the ghee into the fire. So hence, don't be greedy. The next comes the brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means, one of the simple English translation we say, don't indulge in the sexual activity or don't indulge in the sense pleasures. This is a simple translation. But more than this translation, there is something else is there. Brahmacharya means Brahmane Charane iti Brahmachari or Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is a state of a mind. One who contemplates, one who thinks all the time about the Brahman, about the Ishvara, that is called brahmacharya. If that person is a man, we say brahmachari. If that person is a woman, we called brahmacharini. Nothing to do with your sense pleasures, but this sense pleasures drags our mind not to think about the God. Hence, all the great teachers, they translate brahmacharya means free from the sense pleasures, not to indulge too much into the sense pleasure. Because once when you started indulging in the sense pleasures, the mind is drawn toward the sense objects. These senses will drag the mind toward the sense pleasures. So mind is not available for the thinking about the God. Mind is not available for thinking about the Ishvara. So the proper definition of the brahmacharya is Brahmane Charane iti Brahmachari. Contemplating on the God all the time. You know the best example for the brahmachari? Bhagavan Krishna is the best example for the brahmachari. You may be thinking he is having the 8 wives, 16,000 gopis, but still he is a brahmachari. Atma Swarupa, all the time in Atma Swarupa. What we do outside is one thing, but what you think inside is the most important thing. In the spiritual life, in the yoga way of life, the most important thing is our attitude. What we are thinking, how we are thinking, that is given more priority than what you do. But in the society point of view, from the law and order point of view, what you are doing is considered as the most important. What you are thinking, they don't care. What is your intention behind what you are doing, they don't care in the law and order, in the society point of view. But from the spiritual point of view, from the yoga way of point of view, more than your actions, your attitudes consider as the most important thing. But as a person living in a society, but at the same time, we want to grow in our spiritual life, we want to develop in the yoga way of life, we should balance both. We should see that we should behave properly in the society. At the same time, we should think properly. Do the things properly, do the things good, do the good things, also develop the good thoughts. This we need to balance this both. What we do to be good, the way we think also should be good. Our intention should be pure and good. At the same time, what we are doing outside is also should be good, because we have to balance both. In fact, that is a yoga.